Welcome back, folks. Today we're continuing with the Stygger challenge. Today it looks like he's going to be playing Blood Elves. Right. So again, just for a brief summary, this orc player is challenging all the best coaches on the Blood Bowl forums. And this is supposed to be an excellent elf player. Take a look at his team real fast. He plays with the catcher. Looks like they have no skills. Yeah, so this is a completely new team. He's playing pretty risky. There's no apothecary on his team. Like when you have a tree man and a war dancer, you know that there's not going to be any apothecary, so any injuries are permanent. So the orc player should really be looking to hurt these guys. The orc team... Oh, he has a skill. Okay, so there's a slight difference in the team values. Ultimately, though, this block will probably not come into play too often. Let's take a quick look at his defense. You see he's protecting his catcher and his war dancer. I don't know why he has... I mean, I guess the war dancer in the middle lets him go anywhere, but at the same time, if you had him here, I mean, you have a movement 8, they're movement 8, right? Yeah, movement 8 guy on this side, movement 9 guy on this side, and then get wherever you like. Yeah, so... They don't have any wrestle players or any tackle players, so this war dancer should be pretty durable. Pitch invasion. That sucks. Actually, that's not too bad. For the elf player, that means it's one less hit he has to take this game, which is always a good thing. Like, a lot of elf players will take the tree man just to be well, just to be an armor 10 guy to sit on the sidelines there, or on the line of scrimmage, and so yeah, it kind of sucks that he got knocked down the first turn, but at the same time, this guy is safe. Although you really can't expect much worse than to get a guy injured on the very first play before you even have a turn to do anything. Orc player still just lined up his players and just is marching up the field. Last game we saw that he played kind of a piranha kind of tactic, like wherever the ball was you would see the orc player just kind of converge to that spot, try to get to it. That works to a point. He did seem to have trouble though anticipating where the ball was going to go. That's something you should always try to keep in mind. Excuse me. Okay, so if you look at this field now, I mean, where do you think the ball is going to go? This guy has 5 movement that he can probably move in this general direction. He can go a little bit further than that. I guess not. Okay, but check it out, right? Like he has five players over here. He has 1 guy in the middle and then 3 guys over here. He could easily bring the play this way and start to travel up the sideline. And the elf player sees that, and so that's a good crowd surf. That's a really good play. You should always try to crowd surf when you have the armor disadvantage. You should always try it, but I mean, when you have the armor disadvantage, it's a big deal because, like, if that orc had gotten hurt, they wouldn't have a player disadvantage for the rest of the game. Also, for this drive, I mean, they're even on the player in terms of player advantage. We didn't see what happened here, but I'm pretty sure there's an elf right here that moved over here to assist this. Man, he moves fast. So this was a good blitz because he got the crowd surf and then he walked over to assist. There was a dodge here, which allowed for an assist, another assist against this black orc. which gave a 2-die block against this orc. This was really good because, like the orcs are stronger, like just because they have strength 4 players, but because of your agility, what you can do is you can still win the block war. If you look, he doesn't leave anybody in base-to-base contact, and so the orc player only gets 1 blitz every turn, whereas the elf player, like the orc player will walk up and try to mark all of his players, and the elf player can dodge away and get several blocks during a turn. So, I mean, okay, so for instance, in this last turn, we'll say, the elf player got 2 blocks, and the orc player will only get 1 block back. I mean, if you're doubling the amount of blocks on your opponent, you're going to win the block war. I have a bit of a cold today, but see if we can get through this. Okay, so he didn't use a reroll when he failed that dodge roll. It was a non-critical dodge. He didn't need for this guy to get away. It would have been nice if he had. You don't want to stay in base to base because then you will lose the block war. But at the same time, this is like, I mean, it's not a big deal. He's further upfield where you want him. So yeah, the orc player now is kind of opening up his game a little bit. This guy can now... Oh, he already moved up, but next turn, you might see him move back towards the middle of the field, depending on whether or not this tree man does anything useful. Alright, now you see the orc player has realized that he was losing that blocking war, and so, I mean, now that he's not in base-to-base with anybody, the score is going to end up being, or I mean, in terms of blocking, each side is only going to get 1 block a turn. And if you're even and have the armor advantage, you should be winning that fight. Treeman stood up. I guess that's okay. It keeps the ball carrier from staying too close to him. If you look now too, the elf player, yeah, he's moving his players over this way. This is a very good idea. These kind of orcs over here, like, they're not fast enough really to make a play to this side of the field, and you really can't spend the time to move this way. So all around, I would say this is a good play, moving these players in this direction. If you stand him up, because then that'll really kind of corral him this direction. Oh, that's a good play. See, now he has a tackle zone on the ball carrier. Or he will, yes. Excellent. How did this guy get it? Something we saw the orc players struggle with last time was open field movement. Like, he made some moves where he kind of left guys in useless positions. Now that I think about it, this orc being right here was a really good move. Because like, he was laying here, and if he had moved him just into base to base, I mean, War Dancer can get away and just kind of like be over here